Yes, you read it correctly. We're shaking and we're baking. Since the mid 1960s, this recipe's been around, and make sure you stay tuned to see how I spice it up. Here it is, folks, the original recipe, the shake and bake that I grew up on, and I'm sure a lot of you have grown up on. So I always remember asking my grandmother way back in the days, well, not that far, but back in the days growing,
Way back in the day.
yeah, whatever. Growing up, asking my grandmother, what is there to eat? I made shake and bake. That was her, always shake and bake. Well, being young, I didn't realize what shake and bake was, and it was always chicken. Chicken's not the only thing you can use it for. You could also use it for fish too. All right, and this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and open this up. This one comes with 2 pouches, and they also give you a bag to throw in the actual seasoning, throw in your chicken, and shake it. However, we're not using this one. We're not using that one. We're gonna use, actually, we could go ahead and throw that box too. We're gonna go ahead and use,
Who's gonna pick one up?
I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and use one of these. Open this up, the whole bag goes in. That's one. The way I'm gonna go ahead and elevate this, I'm gonna add Panko breadcrumbs to it. I'm gonna use about a cup of Panko. Cup of Panko goes in. And give this a little mix like that. Now, seasonings wise, this is what we're gonna do. This is 3 tablespoons of granulated garlic, tablespoon of basil, 2 tablespoons of paprika, 1 tablespoon of cayenne, and 1 teaspoon of cumin. Give this a little mix like that. And now we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of salt and a half tablespoon of black pepper. Give that a mix. There you go. Now let's go ahead and add the chicken thighs to this bag. All right, so I have 6 pieces of chicken thighs here that I've cleaned up. I've actually washed. I wash it with vinegar just to get rid of any unnecessary impurities. So this is ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and dip these guys in. We're gonna do 2 at a time. All right, we're gonna leave the air in there. And guess what? We're shaking. Beautiful. Go ahead and I'm gonna set this over here. So nice, you get that even coating. You don't wanna overfill it with too many chickens in one bag. All right, we'll set this over here and we'll get these in. Last 2.
You gotta make this one count.
I gotta make this one count.
Yeah. Show us what you got.
Are you happy?
Very.
Okay, good. As long as my brother's happy, I'm happy. All right, there it is. That's the last of the 6. This, I'm not throwing away, and I'll show you guys in 1 sec. All right, so the way I elevate this and the way I make it moist, besides the actual skin of the chicken, is I use potato. I'm gonna slice it up just like this, and I'm not gonna peel it. You guys wanna peel it? Go ahead. I'm gonna give it a slice just like this. All right, just like that. And I'm gonna set this aside and I'm gonna show you right now. Take some oil, drizzle it all along on the pan, on the foil. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the potato slices, about that thick. If you want it thicker, go ahead and make it thicker, thinner, up to you. And I'm gonna go ahead, slide this over, spread all the oil around. And now this is gonna be a bed that the actual chicken thighs are gonna sit on. And then the moisture from this, it's like gonna reverse cook. The moisture is gonna keep it so moist. It's amazing. All right, so there you go. Potatoes are sliced. This is gonna add some salt to it. Just pinches of salt, as much as you'd like. And some black pepper. Now don't forget, this is gonna get so much flavor from the actual chicken thigh sitting on it and all the juices melting from the skin, and oh my God, it's amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it and repeat on the other side. All right, so before we stick it into the oven, the actual extra seasoning that we have left over, I like to take some and just give it a drizzle for extra crunch, okay? Even on some of those potatoes, just like that. You're gonna kind of get that fried crunch to it without actually frying it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up with a foil, stick it into an oven for 410 degrees for about 50 minutes to an hour, depending on your oven. So while the chicken is in the oven and it's getting its nice tan, it's getting its nice color, I figured why not throw in some veggies alongside in a different pan, and that way we could couple it up together in a plate when we're done. Take these, throw them in with the Brussels sprouts. Jalapenos, I'm gonna throw in 4. Why not? And these yellow chilies, 3 of them. Why not? Take some extra virgin olive oil, drizzle it on top, just like that. There's really no recipe to this. It's just something that I'm doing last second. Some salt to taste, about 2 teaspoons right there. About a teaspoon of black pepper, and of course, some garlic powder. About a tablespoon or so of garlic powder. To this, I'm gonna add some oregano, about a tablespoon. Crush it, throw it on top. Give it a little mix just like this. Small pan. Look at that. How beautiful does that look, huh? That whole mess, that whole thing, look at that. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna cover this lightly and we're gonna let it chill next to the chicken thighs in the oven, nice and warm. It's freaking cold out here. They're gonna be in the oven, nice and warm. And we'll go ahead and put this in there along with it. We'll check up on it, no real time, just to get it nice and roasted, get it nice and soft, all the flavors together, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. It's been a little bit over an hour. What I did is, remember I said I set the temperature at 410 degrees. We cooked it for about 50 minutes. And then what I did is I took the foil off and then I let it cook without the foil. Then 10 minutes later, took everything out, put the foil back on. That way the steam stays and it keeps it moist instead of drying out. I have some leftover rice that I have from yesterday. We'll go ahead and use that. Potatoes. Take a nice piece of chicken thighs. And look at this one. The moisture from this potato. I'm just gonna put one more. Beautiful home-cooked meal. Doesn't take long. It's not really hard to do, and absolutely amazing.
Are you gonna make me a plate?
You're gonna make yourself a plate. So after we're done with this is mine right here. That's why I'm like, dude, I want everything, a little bit of everything.
It's not gonna look as good as that, the plating.
I know. All right, guys. So here it is. Shake and bake, old school, traditional, back in the days, chicken and a little bit of roasted vegetables with the rice pilaf. So my brother keeps telling me to eat it. I'm not going to eat this one. I'm not going to touch this one. I'm going to go ahead and take one of those and give it a try. You want?
I do.
No, no, no. Oh.
I'm guessing you don't like it, right?
I can't say. Oh, man. The stuff I added to it.
Why do you always do that? See, your hands. You're talking with your hands again.
I can't help it, bro. I'm reading. All right, guys, there you go. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Don't forget to ring-a-dingle that bell. Until the next one.
You trying to roll up?
Yeah, like I'm really cold. Ooh. Say my name, say my name. So growing up, I've always heard, dude, you're making too much noise. So my grandmother used to always say, I made shake and bake. I made shake and bake. So, hold on. Dude, I'm like frozen. Growing up, this is bleh. I had it all in my head, dude. So I always remember my grandmother asking, bleh. But shake and bake doesn't mean chicken. You could use it for fish as well, or any other. Wow, she's like, I have these like brain farts. A more crunchier bite to, just to get rid of any all right. And a little bit of extra, and a side of fries, and a side of